Well, I mean, it's all about getting it together. So she asked me to put together the music, and she loved the old Charlie Brown theme songs. We put some Peanuts on there. She was interested in some of the '90s music, so I put the Cranberries on there. She wanted some beat on there, so it was. I know it was hard to find some clean tracks, but we put some Eminem on there. So we got Cranberries, Peanuts, and M&Ms on there, and so we're just calling it her trail mix to listen to as she hikes.
Oh man,
Awesome.
that joke was about as bad as your ill-fated dancing career.
Roll that footage. Excellent. Oh wow, you did the whole thing.
Why wouldn't I do the whole thing? Go on, say it. Say that word.
See that footage again.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
You know, I was expecting either the really or for you to bust out the classic.
What the hell is even that?
You know, but
I'm speechless. Nope.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. I
Thank
now
you,
know
Roland.
how.
Thank you,
There
Roland.
we go. Hell yeah. So, hey, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. Make sure you pop into that live chat over there. We got a bunch of cool folks like Roland Rage, like Brian Swanson, Effortlessly Random, Toy Mafia, all hanging out with us already. TF Hustler as well. Mariano Chacon just joined. Mark44 Prime. Thanks for hopping in. We love you all. We wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, our audience. So pop in there, say hi. We'll be highlighting your comments throughout the course of the show because we got a lot to talk about tonight. And while you're at it, make sure you slam that like button because it helps us out in the algorithm. And if you are so inclined, click that link in the description below. We have the link to our Teespring store. You're going to look good. You're going to help out our channel doing it. And we've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. So check that out.
Congrats, Larkin, by the way. I see Larkin's in there.
Yeah, Larkin just hit a pretty big milestone. So if you're not already subscribed to Larkin's Lair, go check out his channel. Also check out his Etsy shop because if anybody, and I know a lot of people are getting this figure in, spoilers, he designed something really cool for this figure that solves one of my gripes with it. So check out his Etsy shop. And
apparently you're already subscribed.
That I
You're going to subscribe to me. I only have 250.
And check out Trustarscreamer's channel. He's been putting out some reviews like you wouldn't believe. And you got that Ghost Rider one.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, sorry. Spoilers. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's find out how everybody's doing, see what you got this week, and we'll get into the news. So starting off with Trustarscreamer Dave, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I'm doing pretty well. Don't know if I mentioned this last time that I got the 2 Swarm Troopers and the gold one, but I got those. So my action from Team Amazon. So if you don't have these guys, go to his link and get these. These are fantastic figures. I'm not going to bother reviewing them because everyone else has reviewed them, and so. But I did get. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. These actually just appeared today in my Target as I was trying to hunt down the elusive Jada Toys, Ryu and Fei Long.
You got it?
Oh, wait.
Ooh. Is my link down below?
I don't know that it is, but we'll get it added to the description. I'll grab it from YouTube and we'll put it in the chat.
Okay. But I got the Elder Predator, which I think this is the last of the Lost Tribe Predators. So they finally finished it. So I'm excited for this. And this just came out, and it's the Invisible Man, which this has got some neat stuff in it.
Doesn't look like John Cena.
I'm looking forward to putting this head on display. because it where that neck is there. Okay, so on the back here, it just floats. So this has got some neat design to it. The Elder Predator, they've actually did this one before. This is just an ultimate re-release, but it's got the flintlock from the. If you ever seen Predator 2, he's got 2 masks, and one of the helmets lights up because they can actually put something in that lights up and not interfere. And what I mean by that, well, actually, before I get to the big guy, I also took advantage of the sale they had over at Valaverse, and they're called their Wounded Warriors. What's up, Jedi? So this was the Crimson Technologies, which is basically 75 weapons.
Good lord! In a lunchbox.
Yeah, this is metal. And so when I got this, it had like a big old ding in it. I popped out most of it, but they had it on discount. So I've got enough weapons for all my photography. And then I also got this guy.
Oh, sorry.
This is the Mezco Ghost Rider. This box is probably one of the best things about it.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. The photos look cool.
Oh my God! Open the box.
He will probably be screaming that within the first 3 minutes. But this is definitely one to check out. I like Mezco, but Mezco is not perfect. And this is definitely one where you see what I said here? It's all about return of investment. Yeah, just I should have that one up by tomorrow. So give that one a check. Yeah, it really great. This one really grind a lot of my gears. So that's me. Back to you, boys.
All right. Next up, you know him, you love him. You've probably clicked on a bunch of his videos, Mr. T-Man978T. How the hell are you doing? What cool things did you pick up?
I don't think he knows he's on mute.
He will now.
I am okay. What did I get? Time flies, and I don't know when was what, but I think I got these this past weekend.
I think it was this week because you put the toy hunt up.
Yeah, that was last week.
It was last week? Oh.
It should have been Saturday. So, yeah, I got these two. I put a review up. I got this big clunky dude, and I didn't put a review up. I got Luke Deep Faker.
It looks like he's wearing a Snuggie.
Guess what? He didn't put a review up. Did you put a review up?
Not yet.
Yeah.
You'll see him. I also found this Skull Cruncher.
Sorry, I was laughing because you said effortlessly random says Dave, you gave Ghost Rider Ghost Rider gave T-Man gas.
They were definitely blowing the air out anyway.
You really like that thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a simple alligator and it becomes a gun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They just shouldn't have sold those separately. They should have been packaged in with them.
It's 2023. And if I'm lucky, this is actually inside of this box right here. TNTina Ghost version. She matches up with these three. And I think, yeah, this Sky is supposed to be Ghost version, but she's not wearing white. So I'm confused about that. But,
Largan says you gotta get another Skull Cruncher so they can wear Crocs. All right, next up, TM Reviews. Sony, how the hell are you? What did you pick up this week?
I'm doing good. I got that thing sent to me, the VF1S. the kid's concept, that very fragile thing. I actually finished the review and sent it back, so I don't even have it in front of me. But I repurchased this guy.
Repurchased.
Yeah, because I gave it as a gift to somebody. Someone sent me the entire King Toys set, which cost a fortune to ship. So I gave him this, and then I rebought it for myself. I like it. I also rebought this. Actually, I never bought it. Someone sent it to me for review, Dr. Diecast, and now I have my own. My very own Bumblebee. Yay. He's nice.
I love that figure.
He's really good. Got this from my sister-in-law. They went to Universal and got this exclusive. I keep forgetting. Revenge of the Fallen Optimus.
Yeah.
Repackaged.
I think it's Dark of the Moon. Yeah.
Dark of the Moon.
I got that 10 years ago?
It's
more than that.
I tried to review it, but I lost my motivation. That's really it.
Let's just say it's a product of its time.
Yes, exactly.
And the molds are a product of.
I remember watching Dark of the Moon. My wife was still pregnant with our girl, and she had to use the bathroom. She thought the movie was ending, and then it had a false ending. And then it had another false ending. Also, she's like, "Oh God, I gotta get out of here." She's like, gave up.
Zero, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It was busy week at work. I had some big things. Very good. It could be,
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I mean, nothing's been set in stone yet, but we'll just leave it at. I talked to the CEO of my company this week, and it was very good.
That still deserves congratulations.
Yeah. So
Did you tell him about those pictures that you have of him?
The memes or the compromise? Nah, nothing like that. But at any rate, yeah, it was good. It's gonna be a busy weekend, but hopefully I get to finally finish up with these bathrooms. We've been renovating 3 of our bathrooms all at once. It's silly, but we're almost done. And then I can start getting other things and hopefully find some time to play video games in all of this, because I still haven't finished Resident Evil 4. Jedi Survivor's coming out, and I'm really looking forward to playing that and seeing what's up with it. So at any rate, I did get a bunch of cool stuff in. I guess we'll start off with the ones that I was on the fence about. I got the mainline Optimus Primal, because I love Optimus Primal. There aren't that many Optimus Primal toys, and I kind of like this one because it reminds me of like the Beast Machines concept art. So I thought it was pretty neat. It's a good all-around figure.
I haven't seen it yet.
He's short packed. Each case is 2 primes and 1 primal. So if you see him and you're on the fence about him, say probably pick him up. I don't know why only Walmart's getting them right now.
Yeah, I saw a giant display at Walmart, but no like regular figures.
They have the kids versions, like the Smash ones.
The masks. The masks are pretty neat, but I don't know what I'd do with it. If they came out with an Optimus Prime mask, I'd probably get it for the novelty, because I collect Optimus Primes, but the Optimus Primal mask doesn't do much for me.
You wear them.
Well, I get that. I mean, I'd put it on a wall, but like the Bumblebee one, it's The Optimus Primal one is very So if they came out with one that was an Optimus Prime one, I'd probably put it up on my wall as a decoration. Like, oh, it transforms too.
How do you like that guy?
So this guy is a very, very, very good figure. Like, this blew my expectations. Yes, he is smaller than a Voyager should be, but I mean, if you compare him to other Voyagers, he's really not that bad. Actually, I mean, I heard people complaining about this guy, but I mean, it's a toss-up. I agree Voyager should be a little bit bigger and have more heft, but the way they engineered this figure, don't sleep on this one. He's got a complete ab crunch. I mean, the articulation on this figure is awesome. The way they engineered his feet, like they go back, all the way back, they go all the way forward. The only thing that holds this back from greatness is the fact that the head is on a swivel. So he has all this articulation and he can't look up, and it's pinned on. So if somebody does a third-party kit, you're going to have to knock a pin or 2 out to put the replacement head on. So why they didn't just put this on a ball joint is beyond me. Especially because like they there's no light piping, but it's got clear plastic on the back of the head. I still, it's been like 20 years of Hasbro doing that, and they've never really said why they do it that way and why they choose not to put light piping on certain figures. It just baffles me because it adds to the part count. So it's like, hey, if you don't do the light piping, just have it be a solid piece on a ball joint, you'd be good to go. But I digress. Recommend, again, especially if you can paint, because he's out of focus. He's really out of focus. Yeah, it's just a lot of gray plastic, but it's just like
that's another point against him to me.
Yeah,
that size,
if it
like
was $25, I'd be all over that. But over $34, that's
it's kind of tough for the price hike, but it is a really good figure. So it's like one of those. It's I don't want to say it's a mixed bag. I'd give this an 8 out of 10, even with the glaring flaws.
So I was actually asking about Primal.
I'm sorry. No, Primal's great. I mean, the only thing that like Primal's nice and beefy. He does some really cool stuff with the transformation, like you wouldn't expect. Like the way that this chest, when you put him into gorilla mode, this pops out, and these two pieces here split apart, and then
Parkins said that Optimus is $40 in Hawaii.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Well, what's even crazier is I was watching. I saw Chefitron had something I was interested in seeing, and he legitimately bought a figure in Manila and Toys R Us. He said it was like $50 for a Voyager there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he said that there in the Philippines, it's like the highest exchange rate. Like the exchange rates just don't translate. But yeah, it's cool how the chest transforms. I'd say if you're on the fence about the Primal, I think you'll have fun with him. I mean, it's a fun gorilla mode. It's not as good as this guy. Had he had opening and closing hands, he would have been a lot better. Maybe a little bit more paint, maybe some more gimmicks. Because again, this guy has like the wrist rockets and the shoulder cannons. And this is very, very bare bones. I mean, it's a great figure. It's a lot of fun, but it's just bare bones. Let's see. I also have the Croc. What's that?
He has a badonkadonk.
He does.
Yeah. Does he have a real badonkadonk in real life, or is that? Just
I don't know. But the figure has it. Yeah. Yeah. Game Reverse Optimus Prime. Mine came in. A good figure. The red plastic does not feel very substantial. I also don't like the weapon storage. Like, there's really no storage for this gun, and the storage for his arm makes it look like he's going to a weird party. But
yeah, I would put that to the side.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think they could have engineered it. Like, I give them kudos for doing the arm cannon like the way it actually was in the game, but I kind of wish that there was just one more post. So if you didn't want to have Partsformer, you just wanted to have him hold the gun, there's just a post in there you can flip out. Waffles on this guy too, not really digging, but it's a fun figure. Again, just not the most substantial plastic.
Full breakfast platter. Pancake thin plastic and waffles on the legs.
It's not the
time.
Okay.
How does he have time to review it and create and design a new piece and make it?
I don't know.
Give it to people.
That's Larkin. Lastly, Fistimus Prime.
I bestow upon you 20 figure action points.
I got Sony's least favorite figure, which is Metal Spider. I think that's her name, Metal Spider.
Yeah, Metal Spider.
Yeah. Why I'm out of focus is beyond me, but it looks great. This is not fun to handle, but she's going to go on my Beast Wars Masterpiece shelf.
Wait, she was made by Fans Toys?
No, she was made by Transarts.
Oh. You heeded my advice?
What's that?
Wait, no, look,
I said you heeded my advice with the legs.
As far as how to I did not break any legs, so I did everything at the hinge, and I just took my time with it.
Oh, you didn't heat it up?
I did not heat it up.
Oh, wow.
I watched yours and I watched Mgo's, and I took Mgo's approach because you guys both broke a leg. And Mgo was just saying, if you hold here and here, and then so I was holding in the spots he said, and I just took my finger and pushed straight in the hinge, and it went.
I tried that too, but after the first one, you would think I wouldn't break another one, but I broke a second one.
Oh Jesus! You know, in retrospect, they probably should have heated it up, but I also got Metal Mouse, you know, the Transmetal Rat Trap, significantly better figure.
Yeah, he's good too.
Yeah, he's significantly better. I kind of went into this blind. I didn't know that he had the detonators in his arm, so I was like moving his arm. I was like, "What's this panel?" And I was like, "Oh crap! They actually put the little thermal detonators in his arm." And you know, there's a lot to it, and I love the articulated jaw on the bot mode. So that one is high recommend. And then he just comes with a wealth of accessories. Like I actually think I like the bigger tail whip better than the skinny one. And I was like, it sucks that he can't hold it. And then I was playing around with it and I was like, oh crap, the handle comes out and you can put the handle in the so if you don't want to have like you know, that kind of screen accurate part, which I think is too skinny, I think this honestly works more for me. But yeah, I highly recommend Metal Mouse. I only recommend Metal Spider if like you just want to have that Transmetal 2 Black Arachne on your shelf, which is
it's the only one. It's the only one ever made.
Well, yeah, Sony's making another one, but I can't remember who. But that's it for me. So I guess we'll go ahead, start and get into some Transformers news here. Starting off with a rumor. You know, I always say rumor, but this guy is fairly credible. Again,
always right.
Yeah, I always preface like it's a rumor, but I've yet to see any rumor from this guy not come to fruition. So JT Prime 17 apparently has a listing for the next movie masterpiece being Bone Crusher. This is going to be a Target exclusive. So we knew another masterpiece was coming to Target. Movie one, Bone Crusher, rumored price $164. Because I think we were talking about this a couple months ago, and you were asking like, do you think they get it under 200? And I said absolutely.
And then clearance a few months later.
But more than likely, and it's nuts how Target's handling the clearances. I think, was it Mike that showed it that already the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 stuff is in clearance at some Targets?
Really?
Yeah, the movie's not even out yet.
Bring back Sony.
I need to check.
Yeah.
Somebody showed a scan that had it for $7.
Damn.
I'm like, wow.
Well, you know what's even more crazy is I popped into Target earlier and I saw a couple things I wasn't expecting to see. It was the silver. Was it the Galaxy Ranger that they did, Dave?
Yeah.
So they had the silver Galaxy Ranger and they had the blue Centurion sitting on the shelf. Now, keep in mind, I got those for, I want to say, $15 a piece.
Cool.
And they're bringing up for $33.99 each again.
Mm-hmm.
So they clearanced them. Yeah.
Then they got to restock.
Yeah, they clearanced them. They got a restock, and now they're back up to what they were. It's like,
yeah,
whoever does this at Target, like, man,
it's so stupid.
They've done that before.
The last NPM was pretty good. The blackout.
Yeah, blackout. Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing this is good. I just have no interest.
I'm interested. I mean, there's only 2 left to go, really. I mean, after Bone Crusher comes out.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, so we still need a Brawl, and we would hopefully get, I mean, granted, I say 2, but he should be an accessory with one of these being Frenzy, because there's no official masterpiece representation for the movie Frenzy.
What about Scorponok?
Scorponok came with blackout.
A real one?
Yeah, like a in-scale Scorponok came with masterpiece blackout. He clipped on the back.
Yeah.
So,
but why did you say there's only 2 left? What do you mean?
I mean, because we have Bone Crusher and we have Brawl.
And then what?
And then they've done the cast for the first movie. I mean, they'd have to do Revenge of the Fallen, which it seems like maybe that'll be the next logical step because they've got that Starscream apparently coming out this year too.
True.
So, but yeah, I'm just
and
saying.
Then they can release Grinder, who came out.
Right, Grinder would be I mean, they did it for Studio Series, but I think when it comes to the NPMs, like after the first movie, I'm out on those. Like, it'd be cool to have that, but you get into Revenge of the Fallen, you get into Dark Moon, Age of Extinction, it is way too much. And for those movies, I'm like fine having their Prime and Megatrons for my Prime and Megatron stuff, you know. But
What if they do Bumblebee movie? NPM?
Bumblebee movie stuff, it's like, again, I've got like they've done the NPM for that. But actually, they did Prime and Bumblebee. I mean, I like that movie so much, and it's a small cast, so I could justify that one. But at the end of the day, too, I have most of that cast in 3.0, and it looks way better there. So
yeah.
But I could see an NPM Blitzwing or something like that.
Yeah, they could definitely do Blitzwing, and you know, they would probably be like, oh, okay, hey, we've got our Blitzwing, now we'll do the Seekers. It's kind of like what they did with Studio Series. But you know, at the end of the day, it's you got to draw a line, and I'm cool just having that first movie, and then one-offs here and there.
Dusty asked, there was an NPMB.
Yeah, there are two
that.
NPMBs. So they're actually, you know what? There's technically 3 left because they still have to do that original Camaro, like the Rusty Camaro.
Oh.
They never did that. They just did the
one that actually fought Barricade.
Yeah. So yeah, I could see them doing that.
Move it on.
But I really want, believe it or not, this is going to sound weird. He was in one of the worst movies. But I would love an NPM Last Night version of Barricade.
Yeah.
That was
a cool design.
That was a fantastic design. They've never explained how the hell he lives through all the damn movies. But
I mean, played dead, I guess.
But that design was, I'm not the biggest fan of those designs, but his specifically was just something very cool. And, you know, that was almost Ed 209-esque.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, move on.
All right, moving on. We've seen this figure before. Oh,
he's fishing.
I know, right? Yeah, we've seen this figure before, but
I've never seen it.
I don't know. I think I formatted the link wrong.
Well, in the words of Optimus Primal, you will be reformatted.
2.0 Transformers Bumblebee?
Yeah, this is the official. So, you know, we've seen pictures of her, but there's the official product page out for her now.
That does look good.
So we get some details because I think one of the question was, you know, does this have LEDs? Yes, it has LEDs in the eyes. The pre-orders are going to go up around May 4th. And, you know, we get price? No price yet, but I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming though. That's the thing. It's like to say 3.0 is too much money is kind of a disservice to them for what their products are.
No, it's very good.
You know, because you compare what they put out versus like anything from Sideshow, and I think it's very comparable. I mean, because you're going to get a base with her. You know, you get the LEDs.
You'd think if they were doing, I mean, I think it's cool that they're doing RC. I think flow-wise, I think would make sense if they did both RC and Nightbird and had them as almost near simultaneous release.
I mean, but Nightbird's not in the movie at all, you know.
What do you mean she's not in the movie? She was in the trailer.
They're doing Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, this isn't the RC from the Rise of the Beast.
Oh, that's the Bumblebee RC. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, why do I think that kind of looks like the movie RC too?
I mean,
they're the same person.
Yeah.
They're the same picture.
Really? What happened to Wheeljack?
He discovered Elton John.
When they get to Earth, they try to take on a form that mimics their personality.
Yeah.
There ain't no saving this one.
No.
And Full House was out around that time, so bam. I mean, not Full House.
Family Matters.
Family Matters.
I mean, it
Full House
does.
Is the white folks.
It does look like the Urkel bot. Now, Urkel was on Full House for a cameo.
Oh, okay.
Which was very awkward because he just like comes in, like his car breaks down, and of course he shows up at the Tanner house, and he's like destroying all their shit.
I want to point out this happened. This just got posted in the chat room. Thank you.
We're gonna have to do a wellness check on that guy.
Yeah, right. But
remember when Urkel gave Carl a heart attack? I was like, holy crap.
I was gonna say, like, I know 100% what, and it keeps pulling up videos, but Wheeljack looks 110% like the Urkelbot.
Yeah, he does.
If you remember
All right.
Urkelbot, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. But this
We're
looks
gonna
gorgeous.
get her. She's $120.
I'm guessing it's probably going to be 120. You're probably right. It's probably going to be the same price as the Bumblebee, given the stand, given the LEDs, 8 inches tall.
I don't have any of those. But
So-
it's IP and that looks awesome.
Before we talk Rise of the Beast, there is an animated movie coming, and this was confirmed today. The rumors started going around social media first, I think, and it sounded like very bizarre. But yeah, there is a prequel animated movie, and when I say prequel, it's basically a movie that's supposed to talk about the origins of Prime and Megatron. Don't know if it's connected to the movie universe or not, but they announced the voice cast, and it's very strange, to say the least.
I dig it.
I'm very mixed on it, because we have Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime.
Oh, dude, I hear that. I can hear
Proud
it.
of you. He has a deep voice.
Let's put it this way.
And he's supposed to be
These voices-
younger Optimus.
These voices make more sense than Chris Pratt as Mario.
I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, Chris Pratt did pull it off in the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie yet, but yeah,
I'll see it after I see Spider-Man.
I'm not sure who Brian Tyree Henry.
He was in the show Atlanta. He was also Fastos in the Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Did they say the voice of Unicron?
That's not in this.
But they did announce the voice of Unicron.
Yeah.
I'm more
So
excited. Dude,
Bumblebee is going to be voiced by a totally different character, a totally different actor than his last movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
Well, first of all, his voice before was just radio signals, but
Right. I like
No, he
Keegan
had a
Michael
voice
Key.
at the beginning of the movie before he got taken away.
I like Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee. He has some serious range.
Dude, Mario was good.
Yeah,
we
Mario-
need to
Mario
have
was
freaking
great.
Bumblebee and Optimus Prime doing the old Obama and Luther sketches now as the anger translator. I need that.
I'll take Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion's a good casting. John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, I guess that'll work. I mean, Sentinel Prime doesn't really have a. I don't really think it. Yeah. I mean, I only
I
really
actually
ever
wouldn't have
think
minded
about Sentinel
John
Prime
Hamm
and
as
animated.
Megatron.
I mean,
I agree with that. Like, I don't know how Brian Tyree Henry is going to do as Megatron. Again, like, I only know him from a couple things.
they're gonna
but-
put on voices though. They're not gonna be.
Yeah, they're going to have sent a whole bunch of effects on it as well.
Yeah. Like Scarlett Johansson, I don't really think she has a really unique voice.
They just need her to sound like a woman.
But you're not allowed to say.
Basically, yeah.
You cannot say a damn bad thing about that woman.
I mean, she's a fine actress. I just think that like her voice isn't really like it. It's not really.
I guess
stands
there's-
out.
If you like Black Widow, it's recognizable and they want the star power.
Yeah. I think this is interesting that they're doing this sort of casting for an animated movie. Granted, for their Dungeons and Dragons movie, I mean, you got Hugh Grant and Chris Pine, and
I only just realized you're talking about the animated movie.
Oh yeah.
Next.
But yeah, so next up really is just
we have to move on.
yeah. So next up really is just the Rise of the Beast trailer came out today, and I'm sure people have stuff to say. They show off. I mean, I'm not going to play the trailer proper. We can go through the
Well,
slides.
you should
here.
have saw it.
Yeah. So I
Or
mean,
you could
hey,
go watch it and then come back.
right after this, go give it a watch. I'm sure our audience has seen and watched.
This works.
Yeah, you get Optimus swinging through Peru. Optimus Primal, I should say, and then Cheetor and Rhinox. Airazor,
Perusing, as they say.
yeah, then
Airazor
they want you to
looks
know
cool.
it's in the past. I'm surprised that they have a shot of the World Trade
Oh,
Center.
I like the
Plenty of
trailer. They
stock
had a
footage.
lot of cool footage from the
Yeah.
movies, especially some of the transformations. The only thing gave me pause was the voice actor for Airazor. I was like, ugh, that delivery was terrible. And then the human female,
Michelle Yeoh.
that delivery was terrible as well. And
I mean, I
and
think
I'm hoping that the story makes sense, but seeing the big overall threat, I was like, I feel like that should be something that starts in one movie and then is concluded in another movie instead of,
well,
damn, here it is in this movie.
it very well could be. You never know.
Hold on. You know what you said right there? That's the thing. I bet you that's exactly. He's not the big. He's going to be the overall. And then we're talking about the threat of. I don't think he's actually going to be the conflict with Unicron. I think it's just going to be a lot of. I still think Scourge is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
As an agent of Unicron, per se.
I think this is the first time we've seen Optimus with the mouth with this design. So I had some arguing back and forth with people. Dare 2727, this is a sequel to the Travis Knight movie. And unfortunately it is, from everything I've seen and heard. And again, I've argued with people back and forth because I thought Bumblebee was a softer. We've all seen the trailer as far as I know.
Yeah. Yes,
So,
not
when I mentioned that it was in the trailer that, is kind of very big spoilery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bumblebee got stabbed in the trailer.
Well,
they showed him get
Bumblebee's got blown apart.
Yeah.
If
they show that in a trailer, then it's a fake out.
Okay.
But in the first trailer, the teaser trailer, they showed him get EMP blasted.
Yeah.
Did they have? Oh, there you go. I was just going to ask. They have a clear shot of Unicron.
Yeah. So
that's probably on
interesting.
another planet right there.
That's probably the end of credits scene.
Well, everything I've heard is that this is going to tie into the Bay movies, and Unicron was Earth. So I think probably the big threat is not waking Unicron up, because then everything on Earth dies. It's keeping him dormant.
Actually, I would say that's not Earth. Unicron might not even be showing up.
Yeah, that planet's got a ring.
Eating a planet.
Yeah.
It looks organic.
What, Unicron?
A little.
I mean, he kind of has like similar design aesthetics to what the movie version of Cybertron looked like.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of the movie characters look organic.
Yeah.
Especially in Revenge of the Fallen.
And Dare, I think Bumblebee, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people like Bumblebee, but I didn't think that they focused too much on Charlie in that movie. I thought it was kind of just right. So yeah, this takes place in '94.
I love the putting 90s music in for the soundtrack. It's awesome.
Well, you think with Bumblebee, they crammed so much 80s music into that movie.
That looks awesome. I love it and hate it because it's like so cool. They finally have a Porsche, but it sucks that it's not Jet.
It's Mirage and it's Pete Davidson.
So
it's got those two things
It
going.
looks like at the end he gave him an exosuit.
Yeah, it looks like he, not an exosuit, but it looks like he got something similar to what the kids in Earthspark have.
I thought that was cool. Missiles coming out of his engine.
That scene is probably the one I'm looking most forward to. There's Nightbird.
Wow.
This is probably what, I don't know why the scene is what has me the most excited. Bigger than the big battle. I'm just hoping those Decepticons don't go out like chumps.
Well,
because that really that annoys the hell out of me.
They're not Decepticons though.
Oh,
they're Terracons.
Terracons, whatever.
Since
Have I mentioned what they should have been was the Stunticons? No, I'm not even kidding. Think about it. Scourge as being Motormaster. So having an actual rivalry with Prime as King of the Road, and he's got his 4 car underlings with him trying to do something. I think that would have been a cooler direction to go with it.
Was that a plane behind him?
Yeah, so apparently Stratosphere is in this now. And
He'll
that's
probably
how they,
never transform.
What? Why does Wheeljack look pink?
I don't know. It's like a pinkish brown.
I think it's just the lighting.
Yeah.
He looked brown in the trailer to me.
He's like an ugly brown.
That looks better than the toy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Unicron?
Yeah.
So that's Unicron. I think a lot of this, as I think Dave was getting at, is all misdirect. I think Unicron will only be in flashbacks and voices.
Or eating other planets from other places.
So I'm not going to, again, I don't spoil people. I know there are people that want to see this. I don't think this movie's for me. Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing at all.
No.
And I've read some things that were confirmed by this trailer.
Don't tell us.
I'm not so no, I wanted to know. Because I was hearing a lot of stuff about this being a return to Michael Bay stuff, and I wanted to know. And the things that I read back in January. So we had Bumblebee getting stabbed. I'm just going to cut to the one thing. So what I read in January talked about the army of Scorponok's, and that you would have Predacons in the form of an army of Scorponok's, and I was like, really, they're going to do a ton of Scorponok's?
There's a ton of Scorponok's.
They were not in any other material. We didn't know what Scorponok even looked like until the toy showed it off. And this trailer shows the army of Scorponok's. So I am very confident that what I read is accurate. And so I have zero interest in seeing this. None.
I definitely want to see it.
I mean, if you do and you enjoy it, power to you. I got no interest because I know what it is, and I don't like the Bay movies, even though I won Pakerty. I don't like the Bay stuff.
Which is funny because you're the only one here collecting Bay stuff.
I like the designs in a sense. It's a very weird thing because it's like I like the practicality of them. When I say practicality, I like that they work for what they are, but I don't know. I got no interest in this. Like
on the Transformers Kingdom cartoon, Scorponok was the drone. They had a whole bunch of Scorponoks on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was more than one at least.
So, Jordan, you're saying they're going back to?
This is all from what I understand. This is going to tie all of that into the Bay timeline.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And again, like if you want to see the movie, I'm not telling anybody don't go see the movie.
I'm done.
He probably talked to them. And like, look, y'all ain't gonna throw my credits away.
I would think maybe he wouldn't like the soft reboot. So
I say screw him, and like everybody. They probably worried about it now, or they can see now. But the Mario movie was completely authentic to the source material.
Correct. Yeah, and
I don't think it was have nothing like a nod to the Unicron theme or anything.
I think it goes to being respectful of the source material. Like you can overdo it. You can have too many nods. You can make it be too fan servicey. But I think Mario did it just right. It was respectful to the source material, and it worked for everybody. It's like it understood why people like Mario.
Right.
And I think the Bumblebee movie was very close to that. Like the Bumblebee movie was like, we know people like the 80s. We know people like Transformers. And Travis Knight did his best job to make a movie that respected why people like Transformers. And yeah, the human element's there, but there always was the human element in Transformers. And the producer, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, there's an article with Collider. He talks about how in this movie, the human element is going to be bigger than it ever was before. His exact words. I can read the quote, but it's like...
If somebody wants to read the spoilers, where would they go?
I'm never going to tell anybody to go to 4chan because it's a cesspool you should never go to.
Okay.
But I will say when it comes to movie spoilers, 4chan is oftentimes a good resource. But if you do want them, I can give them to you. But if you want to see the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Like, I know Dave doesn't go to the movies, and Dave was like, okay, I'll take a look.
Both are true. I'm going to see the movie, and I want to read the spoilers. But let's do that off there. Let's
yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody here. This looks like a device similar to like what they have in Transformers Earthspark.
Well,
this thing right here, though, it looks like a person is on the back of it.
Right.
So that's why I figured it was covering his whole body.
Yeah. It looks like whatever Freezer is supposed to be is also an army. So you can see a bunch of those right there. I'm thinking, too, that Bumblebee gets stabbed and then he gets rebuilt into this off-road thing. Or he just shakes it off and gets a new form, because that seems to be like whatever happened.
In the last battle that we're seeing right here.
Because if you remember, like, Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime got all fucked up, and then he was just like, oh, yeah, it's like, Prime, you're damaged. And he's like, oh, there's a truck. I'll scan it. I'm good now.
Yes.
Hey, Robot Show Tunes. Long time. How you doing, bud?
I was waiting for them to... I thought it was going to have more explanation of why he looks like a knight. And it's like, nope, you just scanned the truck, and that's what he looks like.
That's it.
And I was like, what the...
Then there's the last night with, like, how did Megatron get the mark from Quintessa? Like, you know, it's like, your Nemesis Prime now.
Let's not even talk about
purple eyes.
Move on. Dude,
okay, well,
this is trauma. That's trauma. We're going to talk about that.
That movie didn't make any sense at all. All the way through.
The whole deal with Cog.
Yeah.
So I will say I didn't even watch that.
The last night?
I didn't even watch it.
I watched the hacked version of it, and I still felt I was owed $7 back.
Yeah, it was the only one that I did not see in the theater, and I just, when I watched it, I was just like, what's going on? Why are they in the... What's Anthony Hopkins doing here?
And who's the main character again? I thought the little girl was the main character. No, she's not the main character.
Yeah, she's barely in it.
She was just for the trailer. I was watching somebody talk about it.
Where did the Dinobot babies come from? You know, there's just like, the movie does so many like things that just never go anywhere. It was like they kept rewriting the script, but forgot to take things out of it.
Some other movie was coming out or came out, so they were like, they saw that and they decided to throw that the little girl character in there to make you think of that movie. And she had nothing to do with nothing.
Should we move on?
Jedi Mindset says Transformers was the Underground Railroad for slaves. Decepticon watch killed Hitler. And so, I mean, look, if they made Hearts of Steel, I'd be, and they did it to if they took Hearts of Steel and took those concepts and, you know, did like, hey, Transformers have been around in disguise, you know, helping out humanity while also fighting their secret war. That could be cool. But, you know,
do the old there was a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover where they were set in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that.
Yeah.
If they go back in time again, I won't even watch it on Netflix if it was free on Netflix. I'm sick of them going back in time.
All right.
Doing something.
All right. Well, I look forward to your review of this. Anyway, we'll get into our third-party news here. This one's an interesting one. Now, I know. I'm the only one that likes the official trains, and I own the Moon Studios, but I don't care for it. However, I don't collect Legends, but Xizang, I think is how you say it. They are coming out with a Legends scale Raiden set, and this looks
those look pretty good. Yeah, I did see pictures of those. Those look.
He was asking, "Where's the wheels?" It's just a block.
Well, I mean, it's also a prototype too. It's possible that they just haven't put them on yet,
right?
Because it's going to be a train. It's going to be, you know, you can't just have a train that has no wheels or
you could,
yeah,
you can, yeah.
You physically can, but if they did that, if they released a train that didn't have any wheels.
Hey, Larkin's got your back. He likes the trains too.
That's right. Yeah, Larkin. That's why we're friends.
Not me.
And so he says, I think the official
technically
trains work well.
MPM those masterpiece ride-in trains are more in scale with Legends figures.
I was
Not
right
in the
about
individual
that.
robot modes. In the individual robot modes, no. But if you're keeping them in train mode, yes.
Yeah. But these don't look. These actually really don't look bad. Jokes aside, these look pretty good.
And it's always cool to see a new company come out and have
When,
something.
when is some company going to tackle Landcross? Damn it!
Good question.
None of these companies are new. They just keep coming up with new names.
Yeah, Robot Show Tunes, you were right. I remember being in the theater. I actually saw Revenge of the Fallen in a drive-through, Benji's drive-through,
Wow.
or drive-in. And I remember John Turturro going, "I'm right below the enemy scrotum," and I wanted to leave, but we couldn't leave because it was a triple feature, and I wanted to see The Hangover. Yeah.
That movie made me want to leave as well. But earlier, right after Optimus died, my interest in the whole rest of the movie died. Because the movie just slowed down completely.
Okay.
To be fair, though, has there been a single Transformers movie in modern history that's better than a Hangover? No.
I think Bumblebee is a good. I legitimately think Bumblebee is a good movie.
It's close.
This is traumatic memories here. Let's move on with forget about the past. Let's move on to the future. So we got.
But Hangover is.
This robot mode looks good, but I'm not buying it in the slightest.
No. Are you getting these?
Sorry.
No, I don't collect Legends.
Okay.
So.
Oh.
Next up.
I got this. I got the one for this.
You get the one for this? Yes, you probably will. X-Transbots, they are coming out with reissues of their Snapdragon and Ape Face.
Yep.
And
I'm getting them.
The color schemes on these actually look really good. They're done in a metallic. It looks like they're trying to emulate Fans Toys a little bit while having a more tune accurate color scheme.
I thought it was a Legend.
I can almost guarantee that Fans Toys or Make Toys are gonna tease, "Hey, we got this coming."
If Make Toys
Make Toys has a render of this.
If Make Toys or MMC did the horror cons, I'd be all over that.
I'll send you a picture.
This actually looks good. I don't know.
This is a great figure.
I'm getting that.
I have the first release, and it's really well done. There's very little about it to complain about at all. I mean, the only thing that I guess I had issues with was there's some clearance issues with the backpack, but it's mostly because the transformation is all order of operations based.
I think on the first one, the complaint was there's no paint. It's just
there's paint on the first one. It's just
boring.
It's not where you'd want it to be.
Yeah,
is the problem. So
I don't remember watching reviews on that, but that backpack looks huge.
It is, but I mean, it's accurate.
Yeah, that's how he looked.
Yeah. This actually works. The like when you put the head in, these bars individually move.
The Snapdragon looks good too. I have the original, but I'm getting these repaints because they did a good job on the paint. But hopefully the QC is not KFC QC.
Yeah.
I reserve.
I like the way the 8 mode looks in these colors. There's something that was off about it on the original.
So I saw this, I was like, that looks horrible. And then I looked at the cartoon, I'm like, that's super accurate.
Yeah. Even with the jet mode, like this new red that they used really pops.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the effects pieces, you get the stands. It's not really showing in the pictures, but these guns both have LEDs in them.
Yeah, the cockpit too.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that
there you go.
console in the cockpit lights up. I'd say between these two, so Snapdragon, Ape Face, and the Victory Leo, those are like the best 3 things that Keith has ever put out.
I think those were all designed by Cassie Sark.
It wouldn't surprise me. The other thing that's really cool is the Headmaster itself. The articulation on it was great. And there's also, if I remember correctly, a panel, not on 8-Face because of the way he works, but there is a panel on Snapdragon for sure to hide the face. So
I like his legs. I don't know why they something very stylized about that. In the right ways.
Sculpted it so it actually looks rounded, like
Yeah.
it would, like when a Headmaster would in the anime.
Also, nice little nod. They gave you a little place to put the Decepticon logo on there.
Yes.
You had a very tiny Decepticon logo.
Teeny tiny one. I have plenty.
Trying to find the Snapdragon here.
Oh, you want it? Here.
I like that the alt mode actually looks like a jet.
Well, that's the G1 one. I mean, I had the G1 one, and then even the Titans Return one wasn't too bad. Or Power of the Primes one was pretty cool.
Did you put it in the chat, Sony?
No, I put the old Make Toys one that they teased like a million years ago. Let me see if I can find it.
I want to see. I saw the Snapdragon somewhere. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go over to Third Party Unlimited because I'm willing to bet
it's
that
definitely
Antoine
there.
would have it.
It's there. I'm looking at it right now, actually.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go to. I'm going to go to YouTube here because Bangmotion actually has it. So.
Your audio just got wonky.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
We're losing him. We're losing him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I think it was because my the YouTube video. So yeah. So here, let's zoom in. We're gonna go and look through this. This is very different. Like this is all white, whereas before it was like a very metallic gray.
I don't even think it was metallic. It was like swirly gray.
It was swirly, yeah. And for that, I want this.
I already pre-ordered it. Looks great. And there's also no other version of this. Nobody's
done Snapdragon other than Hasbro.
Right.
And again, that's a Voyager class, so yeah, he goes through the transformation here. I guess the only thing I'm hoping is that they fix the head because that would pop off on mine. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
Which number is it?
Justice.
That is QC Pass 31. If Keith starts doing that, how many people are going to collectively lose their shit?
No, they already started that. They've been doing that. Every
they
X-Transbots figure has that now.
I mean, maybe it's because I haven't bought an X-Transbots figure since I think Groove was the last one I bought.
Yeah, they all have it now. Every single KFC and X-Transbots has the sticker.
Holy shit. So yeah, you get your size comparisons there and Bangmotion's doing.
Bangmotion has everything. He has every figure that's been made. He has everything.
That's a fan mode.
Yeah. I like that.
He's good though. I like his videos.
This looks so much better with that white. Like I will probably sell mine and I'll probably sell both of them and get these guys because this just is a marked improvement.
Gururaka.
Here we go. Let's see.
They're expensive though. You know that, right? They're like
I know.
200.
I know. That's why I gotta sell them.
They look good.
Compared to the old one, like, yeah,
agreed.
Way better than that swirly plastic, and
plus QC sticker.
That's gonna get taken off immediately from me. I like this metallic purple. Like that looks so much better than the unpainted purple.
Agreed.
I sent you the link in the chat.
Oh, to the Make Toys one?
No, to the Tap chat. I sent you the link to the pictures of the 8-face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not what you were looking for. Yeah. Never mind. You can move on. These guys.
Let's move on. Move it on.
Yeah. All right.
Move along.
So that's it for that. I think Sony and I are in for it, and then it'll be if T gets to look at it, T gets to look at it. All right. Next up, we're gonna take a look at some. Well, I'm gonna save this one for last. The Mattel thing. If we have time, we'll discuss it. We'll hop into Marvel Legends. I think Dave, you're interested in this one, so I'm curious on your thoughts here. Readjust here. So we've got another Marvel Legends 2-pack coming out, and it is the Black Knight and Cersei. And let me get back so I can actually share my screen. I've lost my StreamYard link.
If I yawn to you, it's going to be all because of you. And I'll be
They say yawning is contagious because we have empathy. So this one's interesting, and I think a lot of it has to do with what I saw with the price. So this is part of the Avengers 60th anniversary subline they're doing. Cersei and
figure.
Yeah, so retail is $50. Was this a case of they're doing a big ask with Marvel Legends? Like, hey, we're gonna jack up the price, and then when we take it down, it should be 40, in my opinion. When we take it down to 50, does it seem...
I would have accepted this at 42 or even 44. But Cersei, I mean, that's using the at least the top part of it. That's the Black Widow. It's a good use of that Black Widow body, but the jacketed Black Widow torso. So it's a single jointed elbows.
Yeah.
But she does have alternate hands, and she does have effect parts, but no alternate heads.
Right, neither. Because you're stuck with. I mean, I like this head sculpt for Black Knight, but you're
one extra head would have made this $60.
How much is it?
It's 50.
I think it's okay.
It's very 90s. They're not prominent characters, but if you read the Avengers in the 90s, they were part of that Avengers team in those outfits, and they don't look bad. That's actually my favorite version of Black Knight. But as I like, I've been holding this one back for a little bit, so brace yourself. I think Hasbro is fully committed to less plastic waste, so therefore they're putting less packaging into their products. In this case, they're taking it out on the accessory count.
Yeah.
Those are new flames and a new sword.
Those are cool effects.
They're cool effects, but and I think the jackets, the Black Knight's jacket is new, but like I said, Cersei's, those are the Black Widow parts. I can't think of those her lower legs have been used before, but everything else is pretty much reused. Those cross buckles, those have been used on a few times.
It could also be
those knee pads. I think.
Yeah. It could also be the knee pads are just adhered on.
They're in my Amazon shop, but I am marked safe from this.
And that's the other thing too I left out is that these are an Amazon exclusive. So, given the obscurity of the characters, and we see this a lot with Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends, they could very well go down in price. So, saves pockets.
I liked these costumes in the 90s, but then I am a kid of the 90s. I'm not kidding. Well, I was a kid. I was a teenager in the 90s. So,
kid by today's standards.
But so this was part of my Avengers team, this design. Because that was when it wasn't like quite the extreme, it was after the extreme days, but they were still trying to put that whole little bit of realism.
Jedi says, wish Black Knight came with an alt shield and or black sword.
I actually wouldn't have also minded a powered down version of the sword and a holster for it.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They look good, and that picture with her flying looked good.
This though,
yeah, we talked about Joe Fixit last week when we looked at the Grey Hulk, and
can you for the non-educated, when did this appear?
This was in the late 80s, early 90s. Peter David's run on the Incredible Hulk. The idea was, when the Hulk the very first issue of the Hulk, he was gray. And then after that, he was always green. And so Peter David was basically he's the one who came up with the concept of there was a gray Hulk. And that all these actually are a multitude of Hulks, and there are different aspects of Bruce Banner's personality. And the Joe Fixit one, so Bruce had gotten blown up And then the Gray Hulk reappeared. He became the prominent personality. He's smaller than the Green Hulk. He's weaker than the Green Hulk. He has a distinct personality. He's much smarter and he's a lot more sneaky. Like, he would be the guy who would grab somebody, like not necessarily pants somebody in the middle of a fight, but he would definitely have no problems fighting dirty. And
that smile face is cool.
He was a Vegas enforcer. So he was not.
Thank you for the background.
He's like the different kryptonites for Superman.
And the Joe Fixit personality does pop up every now and then, where he just is sneaky as fuck. And
is this
This is the Kingpin buck, isn't it?
Kingpin? Yeah, I was gonna say it's Kingpin.
No, give me 1 second.
He was big. Kingpin was like huge.
Kingpin was fat.
Like, yeah, it was a big figure. It's like one of the only Marvel Legends I ever bought was Kingpin. Spider-Man.
It's not the Kingpin buck.
Yeah, 'cause it's not fat enough, right?
This came out before. It was a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. Hey.
But it doesn't have the pinstripes.
Jeez.
So it doesn't have the pinstripes. It has the extra set of hands. It has new head sculpts, and like this. I mean, this frankly was a horrible face sculpt.
Yeah, it's very plain.
So it's like it's what this should have been. And a lot of people are actually taking this. A lot of people say they're going to be taking this buck and putting Apocalypse parts on it, because Apocalypse actually walked around in a suit like this in the House of X books.
That didn't have a gun either, right? That figure didn't have a gun either.
No, it didn't. No. This was the Joe Fixit. And it definitely looks a lot better.
Marked safe.
We do have one more Marvel bit, but it's not from Hasbro. This is from Figuarts. So Figuarts kind of coming back from hibernation, and they
if Marvel Select ever made this guy, would be fucking awesome.
So let's see. This one's the price on this one right now is about $123. So
Because of the glider.
Probably because of the glider.
Oh wow.
I will, and I highlighted this. Like I've been kind of avoiding some Figuarts because I don't think really any of us collect them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a very noticeable decline in their sculpts. That said, I think this is, from what I'm seeing, a return to form for them. I think. Oh, good.
Is it because other companies are coming along and making kind of, import style or import?
I think that's a huge element to
price.
it. I mean, when you have Hasbro really stepping up their game, when you have like Jada Toys coming after them with it's Jada, right?
It's Jada.
Yeah, Jada coming after them with their Mega Man. I mean, Sentinel did Mega Man and then they kind of stopped, but the Street Fighter stuff, they really picked up the pieces. NECA, NECA doesn't have the articulation that Figuarts has, but I mean, I think a lot of people are like, well, I just want it to look good on the shelf.
Right.
So,
how much do you say this is going for?
About 123.
No, that's 123 over in Asia. So I'll guarantee that this guy is going to be going for about 180, 200 at Big Bad Toy Store.
More than likely.
I mean, the glider looks great.
There's a third-party company that made a soft goods version of this, or at least it has cloth around the face. I don't think the face is as accurate, but it still looks good.
I do wish it looks like he only comes with the one face. I mean, he comes with the cloak, he comes with the goggles. I kind of wish he had more of an angry face.
Some could say he's something of an overpriced collectible himself.
Honestly, I think he should come with 3 Willem Dafoe head sculpts. I mean,
he needs the crazy William Dafoe eyes.
Yeah. He needs that, and he needs like the "oh please help me, I'm innocent" face.
Yeah, the goggles face was the wrong choice. They needed the.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think that's a
Crazy.
goggles face. I think they're just accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Another
needs a
head
smirk. He doesn't have that arrogance about him.
Yeah.
He looks scared.
Yeah, he just kind of looks very
Like,
neutral.
whatever.
It looks like when he was in the holding tank and he was trying to be reasonable. But, you know, he needs like the please help me face. He needs like the demented, like the Gary Busey face.
It was such
Exactly.
a good movie.
Yeah, weak.
So, I mean, he was the best part of that movie, hands down.
I like it. I don't know if I'm paying $120 for it, but I like it.
Well,
Hopefully he'll be like released in May or something.
$180.
Actually, I take that back. I said this was our last bit of Marvel coverage, but Figuarts also, and this one I don't want to spend too much time on it because these are kind of reuses. Like they've basically taken what they did with the Rocket for Guardians 2 and the Star-Lord for Guardians 2 and updated the costumes, from what I can tell.
No,
Yeah.
it's good.
And honestly, I can't see what this is bringing me that the Legends isn't bringing.
Yeah, I mean you can clip the guns onto the thighs.
Oh, this is SHF.
Yeah,
I think the face might be better.
Slightly better.
the face is slightly better, but it's just funny because like I'm assuming Mike sent everybody the pictures of his Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And it does not look like it does on the box.
It looked good, but his particular figure was printed wrong. Like the side of the eye was drooping a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, this looks a little bit off too. This looks like Chris Pratt did back in like 2015-ish.
Did you do the make your own Hasbro figure
Me?
thing? Selfie?
I didn't. I toyed with it. I did the app and it didn't get my face right. And then I started seeing people get theirs and I went, ooh, no.
They've uploaded this. They've changed the software like 4 times. So I'm if my commission check goes well next month, I might actually go for a second try.
I'm
I
just
think-
curious if it comes out like Chris Pratt.
I think this looks good, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't. But again,
I mean-
they're competing with, a
Yeah.
quarter of the price figure with almost the same stuff.
Right. I mean,
It's
$25 for the, and again, if you're shopping at Target, I mean, they're going to be on clearance stuff. It's worth noting this is a set, which I think, well, you might say, oh, it's $90 for the 2 of them.
Oh, okay. It's not horrible.
Because when I was still collecting Figuarts and I got Rocket, he was like $50 on his own.
Hmm.
And all he came with was the potted plant Groot and the baby Groot and his guns. And a little stand because he has trouble standing because of the,
He had
It's
extra
sad.
hands, right?
No, that one did not have extra hands.
Wow.
And this doesn't show any accessories. This looks like it might actually be basic. It just kind of baffles me. It's like the Figuarts that they sell, the bare bones ones, like the Dragon Ball stuff and Naruto. It's like you get enough, and they're like $40. So
This
it's
is
like
not $90.
This was
It's
35.
$130.
I'm seeing from Toy Arc here that they're saying the set's $90.
So BBTS might be just cheating on it then.
Either they're doing that or they're it says this is priced at 12,100 yen in Japan.
Oh,
So BBTS is probably putting their risk tax on it because they know that after the movie's come and gone, they may, be stuck with them.
when you guys buy these, you buy them from Japan or you get them locally?
Any
Or
imports
mess-
anymore, I get them imported. I don't mess around with like sites like BBTS or,
'Cause it's cheaper?
Well, it's way cheaper.
Oh.
Way cheaper. I mean, I understand why BBTS and sites have to, upcharge a bit. Their businesses and, as much as they have to put on clearance, I totally understand where they adjust their margins. I think sometimes it's way more extreme than it needs to be. I also think part of what they're doing with their pre-orders now with the non-refundable down payments is a smart idea, even though I don't like it. Because people can't do the curiosity pre-orders anymore and then cancel when reviews don't go their way. But at the end of the day, this is something you really probably don't need to pre-order. And then, as we mentioned, the Marvel Legends option exists and is good.
Especially at $130.
Yeah.
It's not competitive price.
Vicks, we ain't buying it.
Yep. All right. Next up, we get a little bit more of an interesting one, a curveball, because we've talked about Hiya Toys, and they have their unique scale. Well, they're doing a John Rambo from Rambo 2, First Blood Part 2, I should say. And this is, believe it or not, 1/12 scale. So this is 6.3 inches tall. It comes with a ton of accessories.
Supposed to be doing some 1/12 stuff.
Yeah.
But that looks really good.
Yeah. So he's got tons of hands, tons of accessories. It looks like the stand actually can store a lot of it. And
Nice
he's
touch.
got multiple heads, soft goods. So I love Rambo. I don't really see myself owning a character. I don't think the soft goods look the best, to be honest.
I was gonna say they look a little like baggy, or I don't know.
Yeah. The tank top looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
I like that there's a bendy wire in the bandana.
Look at that face sculpt.
Some third party needs to make me a Charlie Sheen head with the bandana and a chicken for the bow.
Yeah.
Oh, Lowell says that 2-pack was 73 on Ami Ami.
Okay, well that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
to be honest. Because if you think about it, if you were to get the Hasbro offerings, Rocket is still $25. Granted, he comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, but
This Rambo, regardless of what we think about it, everybody's gonna have it.
Yeah. I mean
I tell you that already.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna see a billion pictures with this Rambo.
Oh,
Dude, if I could get this Rambo, if he scaled well with a Schwarzenegger figure, I could have him. I could have those two together with the alien and recreate the Contra cover.
if they did Dutch from Predator like this, I'd be very tempted. I'd be very, very tempted.
And if he was on scale,
Yeah. I'd love to see Hiya do more with like 1/12 scale.
But how much is this? How much?
This is $90.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a 1/6 scale, but everything you get and I don't think the soft goods look the best. I think the tank top looks fine, but you're getting 3 heads. You're getting, let's see.
Right. Is it 1/6? Is 1/12?
This is 1/12 scale. So this is a 6.3 inch figure. So, I think he'd probably scale well with a lot of things, to be honest. You get the rocket launcher with the removable rocket. You get a couple grenades, the compound bow, 6 arrows, stand, rifle, shotgun,
Quiver.
knife. No,
It's bigger than a Mezco figure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It will not scale well with the Mezco.
I think this is priced
Some
right.
Mezco figures are huge compared to Marvel Legends and whatnot. 6.3, like Marvel Legends are 6.3 inches.
Oh yeah, but these guys, if they make an Arnold figure,
Well, they got the Predator license. They could make Dutch. So
they gotta get his likeness.
they do, but
I'm just saying, I would probably put the money in. Well, first of all, just the amount of characters you could then make from him. Can you imagine if they made Matrix from Commando?
yeah. I mean, if they were going to do Dutch, they should do John Matrix. Like that. That should be like a back-to-back. And then, while they're at it, it's funny. It's funny that nobody's like kind of taken the concept of, outside of like the Fison bodies and the third-party market, basically taking the old concept of what the Action Man toy line was, where it's like you can have one figure and have it be multiple things. Actually, shit, we're gonna go back to third-party news because I forgot a piece. I forgot a piece that I thought was really cool, and it didn't make too much news.
While you're doing that, in our chat, people have been sharing. I think it's Dave. I don't know who's sharing them. The videos where they go back and replace the face with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. That guy is great.
He's been doing. God, what was the latest I saw he did?
They should do this. They should do a Rambo. That'd be really cool.
Stallone on his channel. He does a pretty good Stallone impression.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't know the name of the channel, but it's pretty funny.
It's Brian. Shit, you're gonna make me stop what I'm doing and go look for it.
Yeah, I'll find. You talk about the toy. I'll find it on there. But I'll tell you right now, you just need
newsworthy?
to find the version of him doing Bridesmaids. And that's the greatest thing you'll ever find.
Why is this
So-
newsworthy?
This is newsworthy because Tyrantron from MMC comes with enough accessories to make both versions of Megatron. So you can make the minor Megatron, the Gladiator minor Megatron, and you can make the, regular ID version of Megatron. That figure was $120 when it originally came out. This is just what you see here. This is just the body. So if you own Tyrantron for $64.99, you can get this body and have two Megatrons with their own accessories because both of them came with their own fusion cannons. I mean, their own heads. You can get this and have a complete second figure. So this is up for pre-order right now. Multiple sites. I'm just pulling up Dojo because I love them, and there's no date on this yet. But I think it's really cool that they're doing this. Like, hey,
can you? So let me make sure I understand. You can use the chest on the original figure. You could swap out the head and the chest, and you get a different Megatron.
You can swap out the head and the chest, the shoulder pieces.
Okay, so now you get two. I get it.
Right. So this is just another body. So you can take all those accessories you've probably been keeping in a box or a bin,
make it into a figure.
And exactly. So you can have two complete figures without having
to do better marketing on this because nobody understands that unless you own it.
Because I could buy this and sell one of my Tyrantrons because they're going for way more than 120. So I can buy this, have two complete figures, and then sell my other one, have this pay for itself and pocket like $60-$70.
I have a suspicion that MMC is struggling from money troubles because they've been doing a lot of reissuing and stuff.
Well, they always
like
have. They've always been doing reissues, repaints,
and not putting out the Protectobots. But I'm glad that people want it because that's money for new stuff. So
right,
it's good.
So that was the third-party news I missed. Now let's get back. We're done with Marvel. We're done with Haya. We're going to talk some Star Trek. Normally,
dude, those look great.
They do. Yeah. So
I want it.
Wave 2, and I'm surprised it's only 3 figures here, but you get regular Picard, Worf, and Guinan, and
Brian Monarch. That's the guy.
Brian Monarch. Thank you.
Thanks.
I kind of want this Picard for my desk. I'm not gonna lie.
Are these good quality? Like, what's these?
They don't expect much articulation. Kind of what you see is what you get. These are all just renders. We don't have the actual figures yet.
7?
This is Super 7's Ultimates. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, the Super 7 Ultimates Thundercats did not feel good. Like, they're all gummy and weird. And some of them work, some of them don't. But then I got the Super 7 G.I. Joe, and they were pretty good. They're like not bad at all. So if this is that, I'm down. I'll get one. I'll get Picard for sure.
Yeah, I would only really want Picard. Yeah, it looks like he has the hand for it, but I really can't tell. And the other thing I can't tell is, can he actually get his face to his hand to his face?
You think the face sculpt will look like that? That's amazing.
I think the face sculpt will look similar, but it's all renders. So this is like one of those things, where it's like you really have to wait to see when people get it in hand.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get it though. I mean, it looks.
I don't think the hand will get to the face.
Yeah.
You'll have to do some extreme finagling.
No, they're only 90 degrees.
There's no butterfly in there either, but I mean,
No.
there is the diaphragm joint.
I mean, I take that back. I take that back. This is a single joint figure, and I'm making him touch his face.
No. So this is kind of like a wait for review. You know,
Yeah.
I like that he has the Earl Grey tea.
I'll review it.
You know, I'm surprised he doesn't come with the flute, but
Will Riker come with a chair though?
no.
Damn, that looks just like him.
If
Yeah,
he
it's a
can't do-
really good.
If my figure can't do the Riker maneuver, I'm disappointed.
It's a really good likeness to Michael Dorn as Worf.
Yeah, but
Guinan seems a little off, but I'm
Like-
not sure if it's just like being a render.
what was in Wave 1?
Wave 1 was Locutus, Data. I think Riker was in it.
It's out?
I
I haven't seen any reviews.
well, see, that's the thing about Super 7 is that they'll reveal second waves before the first wave even hits.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're not as bad as Mayfex, but they're up there.
It's not out yet. It's still for pre-order.
A lot
Yeah.
of people that collect these don't do reviews.
Yeah, so Wave 1 was Riker, Locutus, Data, and Guinan was supposed to be part of that. So I don't know if maybe they're just doing three characters per wave, or Guinan's just kind of in both.
They had to make sure Whoopi wasn't canceled that week.
It says November of 23 for Data.
Yeah, so they are behind.
That's the only problem with them. They take
Yeah.
forever to make anything.
And, that just means they have an inferior data plan.
Oh Jesus!
Uh,
I don't regret making that dancing video.
Accurate.
All right, now we're gonna get into some NECA stuff here. We've got some good, some interesting, and some ugly here. So we're gonna start off with the good. This is them course correcting. They are redoing their April for their 100th cartoon action figure. They're doing April O'Neil. Now, the original April O'Neil that they put out, in my opinion, was not a very good figure. It was cool. She had double jointed elbows, but the likeness of her face was like so off. The proportions weren't great either. So, you get
calm with being kidnapped. Look at that.
You get the kidnapped head. Well, I mean, April was always calm, cool, and collected in the cartoon. Vern was the one that was like, April.
This is one on its own. So how much is it?
I believe this is being sold as a deluxe set, so I'm assuming she'll just be like 38 to 40 on her own.
Yeah.
You get a ton of stuff with her.
When it
Come with a gun.
Is this a cast-off figure? What does that mean?
Hang on a second, let me get back over. Is what?
Is this a cast-off figure? I don't know.
Cast off figure. I'm not sure what that means.
We don't know what you mean, Doctor. I guess.
Yeah.
Use English.
you know what they say about NECAs, right? To paraphrase the genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse, NECAs are priced so high they make your money go.
So Roland Rain says that neck though. I mean the neck to me looks okay, especially here. I think it's just because she's got like the popped collar. Proportion wise, it looks so much better than the original April.
Absolutely.
Let me pull up the original April O'Neil because you probably don't remember how bad this thing looked.
How'd you get 400 subs in 2 months?
Let me tell you, Freakenstein in the chat, he hit me up and said, "I'm gonna make you a T-shirt." And I was like, "Oh, what is this for? You want to promote something?" He's like, "No, I just want to send you a T-shirt." He's sending me a Jetfire print T-shirt just because. I was like, "That's awesome!" Like he didn't even ask me to promote anything. He didn't want anything.
400 subs in 2 months.
Yeah, he's doing. I guess he's doing good.
44-year-old geek.
Congrats on the 400 subs.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm hating.
So this is, I think, somebody's kit bash here, but that was the original April. Like the head was
Wait.
like way too big for the body.
Oh yeah, what
Way,
eyes
way
are
too
messed
big.
up.
Yeah, they were like very, very droopy eyes. Her proportions just seemed kind of off. They did. I hated that they did that, like the cell shading on her neck. and her collarbones. It just did not look right.
Because it looks like she has an Adam's apple.
It does. It really does. It looks like she's got an Adam's apple, and it looks like she's got like pecs under there or something. So yeah, I mean, and even this kit basher, I don't think could really save it. Like, they just remove paint.
Too big.
But proportionally, this looks way better, way closer to the cartoon.
Dude, I've never seen April. I've never seen Krang. I've never seen Shredder. None of these ever show up in the store. I never see them.
That's bizarre because they are all over here.
Yeah.
It's really weird because we have like every other NECA TMNT, like that guy right there, is in our store, but like nothing else. Like the main characters, never there. They're always missing.
Well, you never seen Splinter?
I did see this. That was a 2-pack, right?
I was going to say Splinter and Baxter got reissued. They're
I
like
saw
clogging up my shelves.
So I take it back. That's a main character. I did see him. But Neckbeard.
I can't believe they're already up to over 100 figures on the TMNT.
I can.
But thanks to T-Man, I got the BST Action Krang, and I'm happy now. So I don't need it. But if you see Shredder out there in the wild,
if they reissue Shredder, I'll try and help you out.
Yeah,
with that.
pick it up for me because it's never here. It never happens.
So next up, we got another April from NECA, and this one's really interesting because this is the concept version of April. So, they actually had Judith Hoag back on, and I forget what this.
For a second, I thought you were showing this guy. I'm like, why is that?
Yeah, no.
How is that April?
Trying to see if I don't remember his name because there's a video where they went through and showed this off. So interesting story behind this. This was how April was originally going to look in the Ninja Turtles movie, but the yellow jumpsuit was too small, so they decided to just go with the raincoat and the regular attire. So
they couldn't buy another one.
I don't know the whole story. Somebody was explaining it to me over Discord, like, this is why they did what they did. So again, this is going to be another Ultimates figure. We really just have the. What's that?
A gun? Does she come with a Glock?
I don't know. I don't know what the accessories are yet, other than she does come with the mic and the camcorder. I'm assuming she's probably gonna have a lot of the accessories reissued because it's just like, hey, this is what she was supposed to look like, so we're gonna give her all the regular shit the original April came with.
What is this arcade? I don't understand.
Oh, that is a replicade, but it's done to look like. Oh shit! What was his name?
That guy.
I forget what his name was.
It's PF on that.
What's that?
Pizza Frank. He has a PF on his hat.
Pizza Face. Pizza Face was his name.
Yes. That makes a lot more sense than Frank.
Yeah. I don't know whether this is gonna be like a hack of Burger Time or what, but yeah, I did not watch the video. I only saw the stills, so I'll have to watch that and see what the deal.
Robot Jotun, Pizza Face. He's the winner.
Yeah.
All right, now we got one more NECA bit to discuss. So this is remember how I said I thought the stone gargoyles would come? And I was like, I'm willing to bet they'll do stone, like the repaints of them in stone and just do like a deco. Well, they skipped over that and they're doing a Sega Genesis Goliath.
Makes sense. That is kind of their MO. They did do the video game versions of RoboCop and Terminator.
They did.
What does that mean?
And Jason Voorhees.
Like cell shading?
Yeah, kind of like pixel shading, really.
Does it come with the
It comes with the wings, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So they at least give you that. But I mean, other than that, nothing else. Like no other hands.
Honestly, that's
yeah.
I mean, when I put a figure on display, that's just
what's this cost?
So I'm guessing this will also be in that $32 to $38 price range, probably given what they're doing with the wings. I will say the packaging is like fucking amazing here, where they're doing like a complete homage to a Genesis clamshell.
Oh, the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
It looks good.
So, I mean, I no interest here. I know eventually they'll probably do the stone repaints. I don't want to get
It's a straight
down that
repaint?
rabbit hole. Yeah, it's a straight repaint. Other than the fact that you don't have to buy anything else to get the folded wings. Like
Oh,
don't
you
have to
needed
go
to buy
cross-buy.
something before?
Yeah, for Goliath's wings you had to get Bronx.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah,
That's
and then
super whack. I'd be mad if
Damona's wings are coming with I think
Angela.
Xanatos. Oh, they're Angela, and then
No.
Xanatos has
Why?
Brooklyn's. Well, because it's smart. It's like it's a cross buy thing. Like, hey, get this smaller figure, but get an accessory for your bigger figure. It's kind of a way for them to ensure that to get everything you need for the core characters.
Was it cheaper than this?
The other one came with other accessories.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Came
They
with-
couldn't fit the wings in the box.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Now, I'm curious. Though, I'm guessing you probably are these the right colors for the
Mhm.
folded wings? Don't even have the shading on there, so I'm sure a lot of people will probably be like, "I'm going to put these on Thalog."
Well, I would work on Thalog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized Mike's not here.
Got house stuff going on.
Well, you saw it. It's got cell. Look, that last picture. Those wings are cell shaded.
Yeah, those wings are, but
No, the folded ones. Go back a
the folded
picture.
ones. Let me go back. I think that.
Hey, we're running late here.
Yeah, we are, but we've got one more thing, and then we'll wrap it up. The Mattel and Hasbro thing. I think we pretty much know that the speculation is probably going to be Hot Wheels and Monopoly.
Oh, that's
So,
a good discussion.
That's not speculation. They already announced that those are going to be the first things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Transformers, Hot Wheels, Monopoly, Barbie, and something else.
I want the Transformers Hot
Oh,
Wheels.
Transformers Uno.
Wait, Transformers Hot Wheels is a thing?
That's
It's going
going
to
to be.
It's going to be, yeah.
Yes.
So
I
just
want 'em.
expect repaints.
Hey. Yeah. Finally.
So
They're dusting off the dot. They're dusting off the dots and mold as we speak.
so we've looked at this Goro. We finally get a complete look. This is confirmed to be Mortal Kombat X. What impressed me about this is the price. So this is a big figure.
We looked
And
at this. already.
We did, but they didn't have much in the way of official photography or accessories.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's kind of a retool of the existing Goro.
It looks
don't get
amazing.
it does really. I mean, I love the transparent plastic they worked into the necklace and everything. I'm not collecting anything other than the original Mortal Kombat trilogy stuff, so I'm out on this. But I was impressed that this is coming in $105 on BBTS,
That's not bad.
and this is a big figure too. So
Meanwhile, Taki is $100.
yeah, that Storm Taki is pricey for what she is, and it's interesting since I'm curious. It's all still through Bluefin, and they're owned by Namco Bandai, but I digress. This is if you never got the original Goro, or you don't need to adhere to a certain style, I wholeheartedly recommend this. I do think this looks. Again, I want the original Mortal Kombat trilogy stuff for my collection. Also, to not go too far down a rabbit hole and just get the core characters I want.
What I'm looking at. I mean, I'm looking at my like. Do I need that? Do I really need that?
Roland brings up a good point. What if Jada starts making Mortal Kombat?
If
Ooh.
I mean,
They want to make Mario figures.
if
Or
Jada
Nintendo.
made Mortal Kombat, I can tell you wholeheartedly one thing that Storm will have over them, and that's the gore effects. I cannot see a company, and I know
I don't see Capcom letting him do that.
Especially mass
Capcom.
retail, not at mass retail.
Yeah.
By having the Capcom license that with Street Fighter.
Storm has
And-
Capcom.
Yeah, Storm has Capcom.
And this. And
Yeah,
the people that do Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken, true.
Yeah. So this is WB and NetherRealm though, and I think that being a BBTS exclusive, they probably have way more leeway to do what they want.
Yeah.
I again, like WB is going to be weird about the guns. So if they ever do a Striker, I don't expect him to come with one. Oddly,
They won't make.
They probably won't even make Striker. Period.
Who use Striker?
There are some people, believe it or not.
All right, let's get to the exciting title news.
Well, this is our last bit. This is our last bit of news.
Well, I wanted to talk about the
Mattel thing. Okay, well, we can take a minute to talk about it.
Because I don't think everybody has seen. I mean, you're probably talking about rumors of what the crossovers are going to be.
No, the Monopoly and the Hot Wheels, I think, were confirmed.
Yeah,
Monopoly,
confirmed? Hot Wheels, and Transformers.
I'm definitely in on the Hot Wheels Transformers. I've been waiting for that.
So yeah, this is from Hollywood Reporter. As toy makers ramp up their Hollywood ambitions, Hasbro will create Barbie-branded Monopoly games to launch in fall 2023, while Mattel will produce Transformers-branded Uno games later that year. And Transformers branded Hot Wheels vehicles will debut in early 2024, which is interesting because who owns Micro Machines? Isn't that Jada?
Galoob, Hasbro. No, what's that? Galoob.
They traded hands,
Galoob?
but
did it?
Yeah, because like the Micro Machines brand was owned by Matchbox, and then Mattel bought Matchbox, but I don't think
Hasbro.
Micro Machines were Galoob. I remember that specifically.
I thought I had read that Jada had bought Micro Machines, and then right now, who owns them?
Oh,
So it's Wicked Cool Toys / Jazzwares owns Micro Machines.
Jazzwares.
So I'm curious how that's going to impact them. I mean, Hot Wheels and Micro Machines are a completely different beast. And so Jada does the Hollywood rides, and Jazzwares doing the Micro Machines.
I don't think it'll affect Jada because they're completely different.
Yeah, they're like cheapy.
Jada's different. Most Jada stuff I see is either their cars are larger scale anyway.
Yeah, they're more realist.
Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Cool. It's gonna be neat.
It'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
I wonder if it if you end up paying more because now they both want to cut.
Well, I don't think that's how the licensing deals really work.
So somebody manufactures it and then they just license to make it. I guess.
It's going to be the same price as anything else they release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I
was just curious because it seemed like they both want a big piece of the pie.
Right.
I think that because it's the joint venture. Hey, listen, you're letting us do the Barbie. We'll let you use the Transformers. That's the
right.
Now, I like Freakenstein's idea here. Risk Transformers. That'd be pretty cool if you did like a War for Cybertron style Risk, where you're taking over all the different cities.
Ooh.
I would buy that. It's funny, like Monopoly. I think everybody's like, "Oh, Monopoly! I like Monopoly," and then they sit down and actually play Monopoly, and they're like, "Fuck this game, never again." Because people forget that Monopoly is like 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's long.
And
and Risk is such, and Risk is
Risk is even longer.
Risk is even longer, but in Risk, it's like you don't have this feeling of like getting perpetually fucked like you do in Monopoly.
Did you know chess is making a giant comeback, like worldwide?
Yes.
They can make cool like licensed things between Hasbro and Mattel.
Oh, there's Transformers chess. I know that.
The coolest one I ever saw was the Legend of Zelda chess. It came with like die-cast pieces, and each side of the board had like the Triforce in different colors. Like one was primarily gold, and the other one was primarily a black border. But that said, we're past time. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. Before we go, any reviews you guys want to announce that you got coming out for people to keep an eye on? Dave, I know you want to hype up yours. You got your
definitely the Ghost Rider review. I'm going to try to get up, and then the Invisible Man one. But yeah, the Ghost Rider review I've got is, I think, should be very, very important.
I tried to watch that Invisible Man one, but I couldn't see anything.
That's because we're looking at my Sea Storm review.
You don't expect it from Sony.
I got this, so we'll see if it's any good.
And I guess T, you got your Gamerverse Prime, and you got a backlog now.
I've had a backlog since last year.
Well, I guess we'll call it here. Thanks to everybody that hopped in the chat. Hung out with us tonight. I know I initially said I was going to do a t-shirt giveaway tonight. I have something I have to figure out with
Wrap it up, Z. Wrap it up.
I'm totally wrapping up. So we'll do a t-shirt giveaway on the next show. I might throw in a little bonus. I've got like a little goodie box. I'll throw in a t-shirt and something from the box. With that said, again, thank you to everybody that came out, hung out with us tonight. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, check the Teespring link in the description below, and hope everybody has an awesome, amazing weekend. We'll see you next time, next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Figure Action Podcast channel. Peace out and have a good one.
Later.
Bye. Have a beautiful
Later.
time.